Why are Rolex watches so expensive? History. Rolex is a renowned luxury watch brand which has worldwide recognition and is the crown of celebrity wrist. Rolex was not only Kennedy's precision jewel, but it is also an essential part of cinema history. For instance, in the James Bond movies, a Rolex wristwatch assisted Big in his different spying missions. In 1962, actor Sean Connery as Bond used the Rolex Submariner 6358 to track down Dr. No. And in the 1989 film License to Kill, Timothy Dalton made his film appearance sporting a Rolex Submariner date. Rolex is one of the best luxury Swiss watchmakers out there. No wonder that some believe that Rolex watches are exclusively for people from a certain class. Pricing. Prices of Rolex watches vary by model and by collection. Rolex would like to have its watches available for everyone, but resources and materials used during production require consideration too. These are only some of the factors involved in watch pricing. In 2018, the Fellows Auction House in Birmingham, England auctioned Dalton's Rolex 16610. This Rolex Submariner 16610 watch had an estimated value of $80,000-$120,000. You can get a luxury watch like the Rolex Oyster date around $3,000. Despite this, some top Rolex watches still have a starting price similar to that of the auctioned Rolex 16610 watch. Material. Rolex gives its luxury watches a classic, unrivaled design. The use of high-quality stainless steel that is 904 liters. This type of steel is much stronger and shinier than the normal 316 liters steel, which is commonly used by other watchmakers. 904 liters stainless steel is not only expensive but also hard to make. Rolex started using this corrosion-resistant superalloy steel in 2003. Considering all Rolex watches are usually made in-house, most existing tools and machines were replaced to produce 904 liters stainless steel. It takes special skills and extra work to manufacture this steel type. Hence, most watchmakers continue to rely on the 316 liters steel. As a result, Rolex is probably the only watch company to use 904 liters steel. Multiple research facilities. They have various professional labs and facilities where researchers and scientists work on new Rolex watches and manufacturing techniques. Rolex has to ensure that they have the best team in these labs and facilities. They prefer to hire highly trained scientists in their chemistry lab for research on oils and lubricants used in their machines. Other facilities of Rolex include a stress test room for testing watch movements, cases, and bracelets. The company also has a room with several electron microscopes and gas spectrometers, where research on metals and other materials is done. Mechanization. Since Rolex is one of the best watch brand, it has a high demand. To meet these demands, Rolex has extensively invested in machines which are mostly robots. The company uses these robots to assist in repetitive works such as packaging, retrieval of trays containing parts, or completing the assembly of Rolex watches. Rolex also uses robots in the initial stage of polishing watches before human workers take over. Hand-assembled movements. Even though Rolex uses robots for production of the watches, the tasks performed by the machines are the simple ones. What makes a Rolex watch stand out is the watch movements and bracelets that are hand-assembled. Before watches are sent to COSC for chronometer certification, they are often double-checked and tested by humans to ensure high quality. Gold production. Rolex is known as the only watchmaker to produce their own gold. This explains why some gold models feature on lists of the most expensive watches. Rolex usually refines 24K gold into 18K yellow, white, or Everose gold for their products. Since the watches are authentic, elegant and possess requisite accuracy, it is the top choice for people who aim for a deluxe shining star on their wrist. Manufacturing a Rolex is no easy job and takes almost an entire year to create one new collection. Rolex takes no shortcuts and each watch is flawless and exquisite.